Hi guys, welcome back to Harping on the Past, the Theater Kid podcast.
Where we talk about theater, past, present, and possibly the future. And right now,
Guys, we're a little jumbled this week.
there's a lot going on
We had to take a week break.
for a lot of wonderful reasons, which we'll get into in a second. But before that, I was trying to adjust the camera for this episode just now, and it fell on my head, guys.
It fell right on his face, you guys. The freaking ring light conked him on the head.
And I said, I'm so sorry.
Sorry to your light. I said, don't be sorry about my light. I don't care. I said, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. We're a little frazzled
We're a little frazzled.
this week,
We weren't sure what we were going to talk about.
And there's so many things that we could talk about.
So many things.
But what are we going to talk about? We have some ideas.
Got some ideas.
But that's, yeah. Anyways,
Thank you for listening to episode 1 and 2.
thank you, and thank
Subscribe.
you for coming back
Yes.
for episode 3. And we had that little bit of a break.
Yeah, we had a week break because I was not in America.
Sheridan did in fact leave America. Not really. That's our joke.
It's
when
our
we
running
leave.
joke with us and our friends. Like anytime someone goes out of the state, literally we could go, honestly, we could be in the state. We could be in San Francisco and I'd be like, oh my God, when are you coming back to America? And I forget that San Francisco's in California all the time.
It's definitely part of the state.
But yeah, anytime we go on a trip, we're like, oh, you're going out of the country. How's it going? And where did I go?
It's a really big deal. You went all the way, actually, across the country.
I really did. I went to Florida. I went to Florida for a wedding. And I don't know if you guys are like up with the times, but there was in fact a hurricane.
Hurricane Ian.
Hurricane Ian. Want to know what's funny about that? Did I tell you something about that? So we had to rely on GPS.
Right.
Obviously, because we're not from there, and we had one car with like my neighbors who went, and on the maps it wasn't like, oh, your route could be affected by Hurricane Ian. It was like, your route could be affected by Hurricane Ian, and it was all one word, and we were like,
Hurricane Ian.
that's kind of funny. Hurricane Ian.
Hurricane Ian.
One word.
Hurricane Ian.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. And I had never been through a hurricane before.
Yeah, I haven't. I hope I never do.
I hope you never do too, because to be honest, it was kind of scary. Could
yeah.
have been so much worse.
Yeah.
I'm sure no one is listening from Naples, Florida, or Fort Myers, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But they got hit real hard. If you've seen on the news, or you've seen pictures or TikTok, anything, they got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, and I was keeping up with some of that too because I knew you were there.
I was there.
And I was like, listen, Mr. Hurricane, my best friend, she can't, her being injured or in this natural disaster is not going to work for me.
Right.
So I'm going to need you to stop, you know?
Yeah, and so we were looking at the path of it, and it originally was, I was in Orlando. It originally was not supposed to go over Orlando.
Right.
It was supposed to go like kind of close to Orlando, but we were just expecting some rain, which like I can deal with rain. But then the hurricane had a mind of its own, and it made a completely new path. It was supposed to go through Tampa. It didn't even hit Tampa that hard, apparently. I don't know. But it did in fact hit where I was. It was not as bad as it could have been. If you've ever been through a hurricane, you know it's just a lot of wind, lots of rain. And I don't know if you guys, a lot of you guys probably know me. I am a very anxious person. I get very
Sheridan
scared.
Luro's anxious?
Oh my gosh, who would have thought?
What?
Yeah, I'm a very anxious person, and I get scared very, very easily. And it was kind of scary because the wind was actually very, very fast. It was faster other places, but where we were, it was really fast. And it was like, I have videos if you want to see. I'm sure I sent you some. We did lose power. So it hit us on Wednesday night. So we lost power at like 12:30, so like after midnight. And then we didn't get power back until the next day around 8 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah. So we did a puzzle all day. And then my grandpa was like, we should go out to dinner because places were open on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So we found a bar after like, we stopped at like 3 places and like no one had
Availability.
Thank you so much.
I got you.
The first place we went actually had a 4-hour wait. And we were like,
Really?
no.
You said no thanks.
Yeah, we were like,
That's
that's not for
wild.
us. So then we found this like little bar, and we all brought our chargers and we charged our stuff up, which was crazy. And then one of my neighbors who was with us had an app that showed when power would be back on because there were like so many teams there from different states to like get the power back on.
Right.
And I think we were paying, and it was like, oh my gosh, our little neighborhood that we were staying in is getting worked on. And so when we got home, all the lights were back on. Everything was back on TVs. All the things, which was lovely. And then I was supposed to fly home Thursday night.
Yeah.
We got told that our flight was canceled, so we rebooked for Friday. On Thursday, we were told that our Friday flight was canceled. So then we had to rebook for Saturday, and I thank the Lord I was home Saturday night. So 2 extra days in Florida, but you know, I made it
But
back home.
not really like a vacation because it's
Not really.
literally-
It was scary.
Yeah. And because, I mean, you know, we're California people, so we don't get hurricanes. We do get fires, though. Like, fires are kind
Yeah,
of
and fires are kind of scary too.
Fires are very scary.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
Wasn't there one when I was gone?
uh,
At Camp Penn?
if there was, I'm not aware of it.
I think it's when I was gone.
Okay. See, that's also the thing. Like, in California, there could be fires happening all the time. And
would never
it's
know.
honestly kind of sad because most of us, it's like, we're like, oh, yeah, here it is. Like, it's that time of year. Like,
Yeah.
it's not anything, like, out of the ordinary at this point.
And we just had a massive heat wave here. So
Yeah.
we had a huge fire.
Yeah.
It was massive.
It was pretty big.
A lot of the schools got shut down.
Yeah.
Not my school.
Not yours. No.
Not mine, no.
You got to keep working.
I did get to keep working in crazy freaking air conditioning. I meant air conditions. Like air quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else were we going to talk about? So, yeah, it wasn't really a vacation. Kind of was. I went for one of my childhood friends' wedding.
Yeah. So,
And-
I mean, that it's in itself is amazing.
It was amazing. You guys,
It's really cool.
I love weddings. I bawled my eyes out through the whole ceremony.
Yeah.
Which, let's talk about that for a second. Because there was the hurricane and everyone in Florida knew about it. My friends were supposed to get married I flew in on Monday. They were getting married Wednesday. Tuesday morning, their venue canceled on them.
That would stress me out so much.
Man. So me and my neighbors, we like got together at the Airbnb that we were at and we called places. I found a place. I called them and I was like, hey, can you do a wedding tomorrow? They were like, yeah. So I called the groom and I said, hey, you don't have to do this. Like, you don't have to use what I found.
Right, but
Here's
an
a
option.
backup. You know, he ended up loving the place.
And the groom is, you know, he's a theater friend of ours.
He is a theater friend. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This ties into what we were going to talk about later. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is perfect. Yes, he's a theater friend. We did high school with him.
We did high school with him.
We did high school theater with him.
Yes.
I've known him since I was very young.
And also, this person, right? We can say his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tristan. He is one of like the first, like people like that I actually saw like perform and do a monologue. And this ties back into my horrendous audition story from The Sound of Music. But so before I went in to do that audition, Tristan was there, and he was kind of like helping organize the auditions because there was 2 days to audition, I think, and he was there helping get everyone organized and everything. And I forget who it was, but they were like, Tristan, can you do the monologue that you did for your audition? And he was like, yeah, of course. And I'll never forget it because he wrote this monologue.
He wrote his own.
He wrote his own
He was
monologue,
notorious for that, yeah.
and I'll never forget it. It was called Agony. I don't know if he still
Oh my
remembers
gosh,
it.
Into the Woods. Agony.
Agony. But yeah, he was like, this is a monologue I wrote called Agony, and like he just like did this beautiful piece. And I remember just like 11-year-old me already terrified of this audition, and then
Right.
seeing him perform, and I was like, I'm not getting cast in this play.
But you did.
I did, but yeah,
This was for Sound of Music?
this was for Sound of Music, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, he is incredible. He's super, super talented. Such a
Super
nice,
talented.
wonderful, wholesome human being.
Yes, and his now wife is equally, like,
That's awesome.
is just as equal as him. Like, she's incredible. She compliments him very well. She's perfect for him. They met at Disney World, I think.
That's so
I mean,
cute.
they met on like other things, but they worked together at Disney World. They're the cutest. So they ended up loving this venue. Yeah, it was crazy. The food was incredible. It was like all inclusive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and normally they do weddings outside, but
Mm-hmm.
we had to do it inside because it was pouring rain. And just seeing how in love they are. Oh, it was incredible. He was crying the whole ceremony.
Wow.
And I was crying. Oh my gosh, the photographer. There was like a stairwell to my right, and she was standing on it to try and take pictures of everyone. And she saw me crying, and she took her camera, put it right in my face, and went, "Chick." And I was like, oh. So Tristan, if you're listening, I love you so much, and you'll probably get a picture of me bawling my eyes out in your wedding photography. What is
Your-
it? Book? What
the
is it
book,
called?
Whatever it is. But yeah. So what do you think would have happened if you didn't find them a venue?
So, yeah. So the place that we stayed at was a family friend's property that they are like doing Airbnb stuff with.
Right.
And he told me on the phone that they would have done it that night, Tuesday night, at the rehearsal dinner at that house.
Wow.
No decorations, no cake.
And just done it.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It was crazy. Do you want to know a really cute detail that I loved? That I don't know that it was their idea or the venues.
Right. Yeah.
So it was raining, and I've always been told that it's good luck if it rains on your wedding day. Mm-hmm. And so at one point it was not raining, and so I went out back. There was like a beautiful courtyard, and they had a jar out there, and it said "rain from my wedding day" on it, and it was so cute. So now they're gonna have like a little jar full of the rain
Wow. That's
from
cute.
their wedding day, and I was like, I hope it rains on my wedding day so I can have a jar of rain.
Yes. That'd be really cool. As long as I see, my problem is I have always pictured, like, if I get married and decide to do that, I've always pictured more of like an outdoor wedding.
Me too.
So I'm like,
That's why
I'd
I
have
want
to like
a winter
yeah, I'd have to like adjust
and
for that.
not in Florida in hurricane
No.
season.
No thanks. I'm good.
It was beautiful. The
Yes.
bride made her dress.
That's so cool.
It was gorgeous. Gorgeous.
That's so cool.
And it was a good time. Open bar. Whoop. Me who doesn't drink. Whoop,
And you're
whoop.
like, whoop, whoop. Even better for you.
Diet Coke. Woohoo.
Let me hear you say, woohoo.
Woohoo. Yeah, but should we go into why we're getting fired?
Yeah, let's
And then we
let's
can go
talk about
into-
that.
Yeah.
Beautiful wedding. Beautiful wedding. But
Wedding.
alas, we are theater people.
We are.
And the world is just full of reasons why I'm not getting cast or fired.
Yeah, take it away, Jacob,
show.
because I'm still thinking about what mine is.
Okay. So mine, I was thinking about this, and this kind of got brought up on my birthday.
Okay.
We went to Cheesecake Factory.
We did.
And I was talking to Tori, who was at the birthday dinner.
She's going to be on here next week.
Next week, our first guest.
Oh my gosh, look at the space between us. It's going to be full of
It's gonna be full. I have no idea how we're gonna do this because
I
this
don't
is
either.
a tiny couch.
We might have to. We'll figure
We
something out.
may have to add a seat or move to the bigger couch in the middle and adjust.
We could do that.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Anyway, I'm not getting cast / fired from the show because I am constantly distracting my fellow actors
Oh
purposely.
my gosh. Yes, you are. That
Yeah.
is a perfect. And you said on purpose. It's true.
Purposefully. Like, it's not an accident.
No.
And the thing is, though,
It's not even like he's like, oops.
I usually don't get caught for it.
He never gets caught. Ever.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But it's so funny and it
I've
brings
gotten in
joy.
trouble.
Yeah, you have, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, it always seems to be the person you're trying to make laugh is the one who gets the brunt of the trouble.
And but it's also like, what's kind of interesting is, like sometimes in these acts of me trying to like do something funny or to make other actors laugh, the director will catch it, but they're like, "What did you just do?"
Oh, and then they put
And
it
they're
in
like,
the
"Wait, that
show.
has to go in the show." And I'm like, "Oh, that was
said
not
no.
at all what I was trying to go for." And it's happened to me at least twice. Two different directors have caught me
I know the two that you're
doing
talking
something, and they're like, "Put that in somewhere."
about. And
I'm
you're
like,
like, no, thank you.
"Okay." Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm not getting cast or fired,
Yeah.
because there are so many times like my favorite thing to do, and if you're listening, I'm sorry you won't be able to see it, but for the viewers, like my favorite thing to do,
yes.
absolute favorite thing to do, is when a director is giving Sheridan notes,
Right.
and I will be behind the director, and I will just give her this look, like just
It's every time.
it's my favorite thing to do, and then Sheridan
and
though
then I get distracted.
she can't let it go. Like Sheridan won't be cool and like just be quiet. She will go, "Jacob, stop it!" And then I'm like, "What? What?" And then like you really have called attention to it. But
Listen, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. We're on the sinking ship together.
and then
baby.
other times like I was doing a bit from Victorious. Like there's a whole episode with like this creepy clown, like he does like this dance as like the characters are trying to get away,
I'm gonna
and
drink water.
my director was like, "That has to go in the show," and I was like, "I have no idea how that's gonna go in this show," but I found a spot for it and I did it. And then another time I was messing with my Zoom filter during
Yeah.
COVID. I was just messing with the filter they put on my face, and the director saw me doing a certain thing, and he was like, "That has to go in the show."
And you're like, no.
And I was like, "Sure." And then I had to like find a spot. I went through the script, and then the next rehearsal, I was like, "I think it can go here. Like, let me try it." And he was like, "Perfect. That works." And we kept
that's
it.
incredible.
So I can't say that I'm actually going to get fired for these things, because they
Yeah.
end up using them for the show. But anyway,
Okay, I'm torn between two things for me of why I'm getting fired. Because, like, one of the things I told a potential job.
I think I know.
Should I say
what
that?
story you're going to tell. Yes, it's one of my favorite things that you've ever told me.
Wait, should I just talk about the job or should I talk about it, like, in theater?
I don't know, whatever you want.
One time. I'll tie it in. One time I was in need of a job. And so I went to a fast food place that I frequent. If you know me, you can put two and two together. It is obvious. And this employer was asking the weirdest questions. Like, I'm sorry. They said, "What's your daily routine?"
That's the worst. And you're like,
And you're like, what the hell does
do you
that have
care?
to do with me getting a job here?
exactly. Yeah.
They asked what my daily routine is, who my heroes are. It was weird. Like, I mean, I love talking about my heroes, but like,
I want to know, because I mean, you guys can connect the dots. I wonder if they were like trying to be like
I think they were
anything
sneakily.
religious,
I think that they sneakily were
you
trying
know,
to see if I.
our Lord and Savior.
I remember
you know,
when I told my grandma this story, she was like, "They were looking for you when they asked about your daily routine. They were looking for you to say, I open my Bible and I spend an hour with Jesus."
yeah, probably, most likely.
And they, every interview they ask you, what's like a quality you want to work on?
Or like,
Or
what's your biggest weakness?
What's your biggest weakness?
Yeah.
What's, and on this day, I simply wasn't prepared. And that's okay. Sometimes we're not prepared. Okay. And this is so embarrassing. It's fine. And I could think of nothing. I was like, I can't think of anything. I didn't say that out loud, but what I
Imagine,
did say out loud.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Nothing wrong with me. I'm perfect. No. And then, pops into my head. I go, well, sometimes I'm lazy. And I went,
Just like the drop.
I literally was like, oh my God. I looked at her and she had her clipboard and she was like, oh, and I was like, oh my God. It's never at work, ever. It's like if I want to clean my room, I'm lazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would say that I'm a pretty good worker, but I literally said to this woman, I'm lazy. And, I think that that would be a reason I'm getting fired from a show as well.
Because you just like...
Because, listen, I've been doing theater since I was in 3rd grade. Okay? Mm-hmm. And, some people are just good at some things.
Right.
And it took me a long time to get to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm good.
You're good at theater. Yeah, you're talented.
And I think sometimes I bank on that. Mm-hmm. I bank on, like, oh, it'll come.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You bank on, like, what you know naturally.
Yeah. So I have been known to be a little bit lazy in the past in shows, being like, oh, Sheridan will pull it out in the end.
So you're getting fired because, like, you actually are lazy, or, like, you just... You say the wrong things at the wrong time? Or both.
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Okay.
I would say more so that I have been lazy in the past. And that I... Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of just bite my tongue. Like off book day. Man, some days I'm like, I know one scene or two. Let's say I know half the show. Mm-hmm. And then they decided to do the half I don't know. And I'm like,
right.
Lazy Pants McGee over here was not prepared.
Especially, okay, for me, depending on the director, and I hate to say this, but, there's a truth in that. Like, you have a certain, respect for your director.
Right.
And, depending on who it is, like, you really want to make sure that you're not upsetting them and want to show the utmost respect.
Oh, yes.
So you make sure that you're double down. I would say I'm usually off book for what I know needs to be off book.
I am usually as well. I'm just saying there has been times in the past.
Oh, of course.
My goodness, in high school, woo, your girl was like, I have a math test. I can't look at my lines.
I can't.
Yeah.
But, to me, this is perfect segue into what we really wanted to get into for this week's episode. So, the very first time I actually had lines on stage was my very first fall production.
Yeah, guys, happy October.
It's October.
It's October. We can talk about spooky things.
When this comes out, it'll be...
What's today?
October 6th? It'll be October 6th when this comes out.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. October 6th.
Yeah, should be October 6th.
So, it is officially like the spooky season.
Spooky season.
And
I should make spooky baskets.
Yeah, I think...
I should show them those.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
for
really
the viewers,
quick,
you guys get to see this.
If you guys want one of these, hit me up. I crochet. Look at these cute little pumpkins I made. If you guys want one, if you made it 23 minutes in, hit me up. They come in all shapes and sizes.
They're very cute. They're like little
really
orange crocheted
I can
pumpkins.
make any color you want. A little green one.
She also made a little green.
They're so cute.
They're adorable. And they're
That's
very, very
spooky.
soft.
Well, they're not spooky, but it's Halloween,
It's
October.
Halloween season.
Yeah, let me know. Hit me up. Anyways.
So,
shameless plug. Oh,
our first sponsor of the day.
Our sponsor.
First sponsor, Sheridan's Crocheting Pumpkins.
Yeah, I'm going to make an Etsy account, actually.
Yeah, Sheridan's Etsy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I don't know what to call it.
Another plug right there.
Anyway, sorry.
We're getting off topic.
Spooky time.
Spooky time.
Your first fall production.
First fall production.
What was it, Jacob James?
My very first fall production.
Oh my gosh.
And I did this with you.
Yes, you did.
And we mentioned this, I think, in our first episode.
Did we?
Or we alluded to it, I think.
Or maybe it was in our practice run.
I can't remember. Maybe it was the practice run. Anyway, first fall production that I was a part of in my high school was The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Oh my gosh, with Ichabod Crane.
Ichabod Crane. And that show sounds like a good time.
Sounds like a great time.
It sounds really cool. And honestly, if you read the script, you could say that it's fun. There's some interesting moments there.
Yeah.
How we executed it.
Yeah.
Questionable.
Questionable.
And really only one part.
Huh?
I would say there's only like one part that was questionable. How we did it. And I was like, this kind of ruined it.
The like Headless Horseman part.
Yes. Because like that's a huge part of Sleepy Hollow is the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
And we
botched it.
We totally
biffed it.
Like did like a cop out.
Yeah, we played a video.
We played a video from the Sleepy Hollow movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was from the Sleepy Hollow movie.
See, that just goes to show you, I really don't remember much about that show.
Yeah. Well, I was so excited for the show
Okay.
because until then I'd only been cast in an ensemble before.
So you said, I got a name now.
I did when I got cast. First of all, for the audition, I was so excited. I did a monologue from The Dark Knight. I did a Joker monologue.
Ooh.
So I was kind of excited
You're feeling yourself.
because I hadn't done a monologue since the Sound of Music audition, and I
So
did
you were
a
like, redemption.
redemption, and
Okay.
so I felt much better about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the cast list went up, I remember walking over to the cast list, and of course you see all the drama kids all looking, everyone's excited, and my finger immediately just goes to the bottom of the list because that's
Right.
where I'm used to my name being. And I was like looking, I was like, okay, Villagers Ensemble, whatever it was called. I like scrolled through and I was like, okay,
Tree number
I
one.
didn't make it. And then I saw there were 2 casts. So I was like, let me check the second cast list. And then I was like, oh no, I didn't make it on that one either
Because you only looked at ensemble.
because I only looked at ensemble. I was about to walk away. And then I was like, well, like, let me see who else is in the show.
Right.
And then
See
I
who-
went closer to the top and like went down and about halfway on the page. I saw my name and it was next to a character's name. And when I say I flipped out,
Yeah.
I lost my mind.
What grade were you in?
I was a freshman,
Oh, that's so sweet.
a little 9th grade me. And I was shocked because I was like, I was scared I was not going to get cast in the show. Because in my head, the stakes in high school feel way bigger than they probably actually are.
100%.
Like, it feels like it's like, like the biggest, most important thing.
Yeah.
And so I was so excited to audition for the show. And I was just trying to get in. And then to see that I had a named character.
Yeah.
And I was like, does this mean I have lines? Like,
Aww.
and I was like, but
Because sometimes it doesn't.
yeah,
Sometimes if you have a name, you have a name and you don't have lines.
that's happened in several shows. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
which is fine. Like, you can
Yeah.
still be like, I have a name.
yeah, like you're a big part of the show no matter what.
Right.
But to like see, I was like, wow, like I actually have a name. I'm not just party guest or carnival member or a modern.
A modern.
A modern.
Oh. What was your character's name?
My character's name was Christian.
Christian.
Yes.
Do you remember my name in it?
I
'Cause
we were in the same
unfortunately-
cast, right? I think we were.
I'm truly telling the truth when I say I don't remember much about that show.
I think we were in this. Yeah, because I have a picture. I have a picture
Well,
of us.
were you one of the kids who was in school with my character?
No, I was one of like the
Oh.
older kids, like who hung out with the bully character, Brom Bones. I hung out with him.
Was it the person who had the sister in the drama company as well? Was he your Brom Bones?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah.
Yes.
I really. Oh wow. All I remember from that, I don't even remember my name. Yes, I do. It just came back to me. Gretchen Van Ripper.
You were Gretchen. It was Gretchen.
It was Gretchen.
And then wasn't your sister was Margaret, right? Was there Margaret? Or maybe that was your mom.
That sounds like a mommy name.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I know Katrina.
Katrina.
Katrina Van Tassel, I think. Was
Van
like
Tussle?
yeah.
That
but
sounds like hairspray.
was it no Van Tassel, wasn't it Van Tassel?
Let us know if you were in that
Forgetting.
show who you played.
Anyway, because Tristan, who we just talked about, played
Played
Ichabod.
Ichabod.
He was
Yeah.
like the star
Yes.
in our cast
Yes, he was. With
with Alexis. Yes.
Oh, yes, because then the thing happened in someone else. Yes.
That's
Okay.
yeah. We
We'll have
won't
to
get
talk-
into
yeah, we don't have
that.
to talk
That's
about
not
that.
our business. But
Yeah, I remember that the girl who played my older sister was younger than me. And I remember being so weirded out by that.
she was my age too.
Yeah, I remember being like, why am I playing her little sister? I should be playing her big sister. I remember being like,
You're
what
like,
the
we
heck?
should switch the roles right now.
But then I looked really young. Like, I look back at pictures and I'm like, I looked pretty young in that. I had a French braid down the back of my hair. There's a picture. This is why it's so funny. Remember when we would do our lives backstage on Instagram?
Yes.
And you know the screenshot you have of me, like, counting on my fingers?
Yes.
Yes. So in that show, I was on stage, and I have a picture of me doing that same thing.
Of you counting?
Me being like, if you're watching, I was like studying my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For some reason, I thought that would make me look younger.
You said, I'm a child. I count with my fingers.
I count with my fingers. What was the other thing I remember is normally the two casts did the show very similarly, but in this
Yeah.
show they didn't.
I remember. So like Sheridan said, we had 2 casts usually for every show that we did in high school.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they kind of, our director was like, okay, assistant directors, take your cast that you're in charge of and go rehearse it.
Yeah.
Like we were all together for like the basic paper blocking and readings, and then we kind of like broke off during the rehearsals.
Right.
And I think we were all just convinced we were rehearsing the same exact thing.
We really thought we were until
we performed it.
Did someone have to come into our cast?
Yes, a couple times. Some people were sick, were like missed or couldn't go to rehearsal, but it was our Saturday rehearsal where we performed like full out for the first time for each other. We did the show.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in the audience watching them perform, and I was like, this is not our show.
Right. Because I remember distinctly there was one scene where all the kids were in a classroom.
Yeah.
And our cast had an invisible door, as you do. We had to like pantomime a door. And the other cast didn't come through that door. Like the other cast just kind of ran. And then we had someone had to fill in our cast. And during an actual show, we were leaving the scene. And she just ran off stage. Wah! And we were like, the door. We use the door.
Use the door.
And then we got off stage and she was like, I'm so sorry. Do you know who that is? You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
Jacob has a very funny story from this show. And I didn't know this until a couple years ago. And it made me giggle the first time he told me, because I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Where was I?
Where was anybody?
Where was anybody? There's no witnesses to this.
No one saw this.
No one saw it. Oh,
And-
oops. I'm really close to that.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Sorry, guys, if I'm blowing out your eardrums.
So, as I said, I was one of like the older kids. I was like one of like the bully's friends. Like, I wouldn't say he's the antagonist, but he's kind of like an antagonist of the show.
Yeah.
And he has his 2 little buddies. You know, because like the big bad guy needs his friends, you know.
Needs
so
his sidekicks. I'm a sidekick till I die.
yeah, I was thrilled. Like I was so stoked to be playing this character. And anyway, the other guy who is playing like, you know, the other like buddy, henchman, not henchman. Sorry, henchman. That's
Who was the other one?
So I played Christian. The other one was Nick.
No, who played?
Oh, who played him? His name was Ben.
Oh.
Ben played Nick.
Okay.
In my cast. You know, there's actually several things about this that I'm
Tell us all.
that I'm gonna get into.
Yes,
but first of
please.
all, let me finish the story. So I'm pretty sure this was a show, like an actual show, like opening or like our second night going on, maybe. I don't know. And for some reason, our drama director thought he was putting on a movie and literally played trailers for like the upcoming season during the show. So after the trailers rolled and the projector was going up, which is notorious for at least once a show, every show
That
that,
it
will
just
just
randomly will
start
come
going
down.
downstage when the
I'll sit
actors
in
are
the
on. But so the projector's going up and my character and the character Nick have like the first lines in the play. And so we're
Okay.
about to go on to run on stage, and Ben, my fellow co-star, is like and at this point I'm a little freshman. He's taller than me. He's looking at me dead in the eye, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, what is this moment of like connecting? I was like, connecting with your fellow actor. Yes.
Yeah, what a dream.
I was like, this is so cool. I'm like, we are on the same level. We're about to do this scene together. We're gonna rock it. And then out of nowhere, Ben slaps me across the face, like just straight up, like, sorry, but straight up just seconds before we go on stage.
Were you like on stage waiting for the curtain to open, or were you in the wings?
In that little weird area in our stage, kind of like where the front curtain is, how it'll like turn into a wing once the curtain's open. We were kind of there because the curtain had to open and then we were going to
By
step
the
out.
weird thing on the wall that like if you bump it.
Yes, the projector would come down. That's where we were at.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Just whacked ya.
just straight up smacked me across the face, and then the lights came up, and then we had to go out. And I remember like I think I teared up a bit. It was just like in shock. I was like, that hurt, and like I couldn't do anything because like we were about to perform, and
Wait, I have so many questions.
yeah.
Okay, in that scene, was it like you guys were messing around? Like, what was the scene?
What do you mean scene?
What was the scene that you guys were walking into? Like,
Oh,
like was he trying to do a moment before?
I don't think so, because the scene that we come in on, where like the two like bullies, kind of like we see like a group of kids, and we like start chasing them around. And
So it wasn't like, oh, method acting.
No.
Let me whack ya.
no, and
just
honestly,
slapped you.
he just slapped me, which really like he could have gotten in trouble. Like I could have like said something if like we weren't cool, but like
I just can't believe that.
he was like a junior, I think, and I thought he was cool.
Just whacked you.
I just wanted, to be liked by the upperclassmen. I was like, is this some kind of initiation that I don't know about?
Is this what happens? Does no one tell you that you just get slapped before your first
Before
big
you
scene?
go on? Like, I missed this memo.
Sheridan didn't tell me that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And
Straight
I
up
can only
smack
imagine
across
you
the
being
face.
like, am I going through initiation? What's happening? And then not getting to talk about it.
And
Did
then-
you ever ask him why he did it?
I think I did later on.
Okay.
I think I might have slapped him back at another time, but not hard.
Not hard.
I could never.
My ear itches a little bit.
I don't know. I can't remember all the details of that. That was so long, but I'll never forget being slapped right before going on stage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Speaking of things in the wings, this is not for a spooky show. It just popped into my brain. One time I accidentally peed my pants in the wings
I love that.
in high school. It was during Bye Bye Birdie. The same year.
Same year, just later
so
on that
works.
year.
We were doing I think we were doing the sorry about all that dead silence. What was the dance with everyone?
Telephone hour.
No.
A lot of living to do.
That one.
Okay.
A lot of living. We were doing that one, and there was a moment in the middle of it where everyone had to go off stage because we were like hiding from our parents. And I remember I sneezed, and everyone was like, "Shut up, be quiet." I was like, "I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze." I went, "Achoo!" And I peed myself, and I went, "Oh my God!" And my friend was across in the other wing on the other side of the stage, and I was like, I peed myself. And she was like, what? And then it was like, ba 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 da bow. And then we had to come back on stage. And I just remember being like, I just peed my pants. I'm going to keep doing my dance.
They can see the stain.
I was really scared that they did. I had to wear yellow pants in that show, and I wore black leggings under it so they wouldn't be see-through. I made a lot of questionable choices in high school.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
I bet I did bad things to get the mic in, because you have to be mic'd in our high school,
Yeah.
and rather than, I didn't know there was like a thing to like put the mic on your back or anything like where it should go.
Yeah.
I used to just wear like basketball shorts and put the mic in it and put on whatever pants I got and just
right on some basketball shorts?
so there would just be a little box like right in my pocket for most of the shows, or in my back pocket.
Wow.
And
Mine was always on my bra.
yeah,
Bra.
Sleepy Hollow was the first show I had a microphone in. And
Okay, so you really didn't know.
I didn't know the rules back then. I think for that one I just kept it in my back pocket because there were pants. And I had one of the microphones that was like a little shorter, would like go like just kind of like right next to your ear.
Uh-huh.
It didn't go all the way down to like your mouth. Mm-hmm. And I remember just being like, wow, I have made it
Yeah.
in this world. And I think I had
Doing
like
mic
14
check.
lines. Mic check, yeah.
Mic check was so fun.
Mic check was very cool.
Stand in the line.
And yeah, you just say like a
so
line from the
gassy.
show. Yeah. Sleepy Hollow. That, honestly, when I think about that time, I'm like, what a positive time that was, like, for me personally.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, most of the time in high school, we'd do a show and I'd get cast and I wouldn't be happy about it.
Really?
Most of the time.
I didn't know
There
that.
was only that show and one other show that I got cast in that I was, like, genuinely thrilled and excited from start to finish.
Was that Once Upon a Mattress?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
When you were in love with me?
when I was in love with you. And then we also had, you know, two casts, so our counters, so people playing the same part as us. And in Sleepy Hollow, my counter didn't bother to, like, learn my name, or I don't know if he knew my name.
Do you know who it was?
Yes, I do.
Who?
His name was Nate.
Nate?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Or do I know who that is?
You know who it is.
Oh.
Yeah. I'd always see him and I'd be like, hey, and he'd be like, hi, other Christian, and I'd be like,
Oh, I don't like
right,
that.
cool.
You know, honestly, right now, I can't remember who my counter was.
your counter was...
Alexa.
Oh, yeah.
And wasn't
I forgot.
Kiana the other sister?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Alexa. Hey girl. That's crazy.
Hey, go, hey.
Wasn't she only in that show?
She was also in Bye Bye Birdie because she left schools.
Oh.
She moved schools, not left schools. She left multiple schools. Who knows how many schools she was in?
So many schools. Also, this is not on our topic list, but I thought I'd ask you.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're going to be for Halloween?
No, I don't know what I'm going to be for Halloween yet.
I just decided what I'm going to be.
Are you going to tell us?
Yeah. Well, let's go through some ideas of what I thought I was going to be.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you what I'm going to be.
Okay.
You should say things that you want to do too.
Okay. So,
I threw around Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
there goes the bacon.
Tray like always.
Yes.
But I wasn't going to do the big yellow dress. I was going to do the, oh, isn't this amazing? You know, the little village
Oh,
dress.
the village dress. Yes, the blue one.
The blue with the white apron, the
Yeah.
blue bow, all the things. I also have been tossing around the idea of being a Ghostbuster, but
gonna
one of the
call?
female ones from the new.
The 2016 movie.
Oh, I guess I can't say it's new anymore. Jeez,
Yeah, that's kinda,
Sheridan.
like, the new one, they actually have a new movie.
They do. I saw that.
Really? I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah,
Is it good?
it was good.
Huh. I haven't actually seen the original Ghostbusters. So.
Either have I.
Oh, great.
And so the reason why I want to be a Ghostbuster was because my dad thinks that I'm very much the same as Kate McKinnon.
Yes.
There's a lot of similarities, I think. And
yeah.
so he told me I should be the Ghostbuster that she is.
That's one of my favorite parts from that movie is they're hunting one of the ghosts and she just comes around and sings the little part from Wizard of Oz. Come out wherever you are. And it's so funny.
Yeah, so those were two ideas that I thought I was going to choose between one of the two this year.
Okay.
What about you? And then I'll say what I'm really going to do.
See, I don't know, guys. If you know me, and if you don't, then I'm a big Harry Potter fan.
Huge.
Huge Potterhead. I have the robe. I have the whole thing. I got a vest. I have wands. I got
some pants?
I got a tie. Got some pants and have the Marauders map. Like normally, I just dress up as Hogwarts student because I
Right.
have it and I spell
Hogwarts student number
whatever
26?
whatever number I'm feeling that year.
52.
52.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so that's normally what I dress up as because I have these pieces and also they were expensive, so
Might as well use them.
might as well wear them, and I love it. But this is technically my second Halloween, being in a relationship, and with that, there's also Halloween parties.
It's Halloween parties.
So that means naturally most people are going to expect, a a couple coordinated costume.
That was my favorite thing. I can't do that anymore, but
And
that was my favorite.
I don't know what to do. We've tried looking things up, and
Doofenshmirtz and Perry.
we don't know.
That's funny.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Would I be Doofenshmirtz? I'd totally be Doofenshmirtz. Huh?
Yeah, and then he could be Perry.
But I think it'd also be funny because he's shorter than me.
So he could be Doofenshmirtz
I
and
feel
he
like
could be Perry.
I should be like the short one.
Yeah. You guys could be Pinky and the Brain.
I mean,
Do you know who that is?
I know who that is.
You could be. Last year I was the Statue of Liberty,
The Statue of Liberty.
and
A letter B.
my person was a tourist.
I love that. Yes.
The year before that, he was Shaggy, and I was Scooby. And now, Solo Dolo. But that's okay. It's all right.
And okay, so I admittedly I still don't know. I do have a plan for Halloween though, and I'm very, very excited. Because my boyfriend's never been trick-or-treating before.
Oh my gosh.
Never.
Are you going to take him to your neighborhood or mine?
I'm gonna take him around my neighborhood, at least the cul-de-sac. I don't know how
Okay.
much he's gonna want to do. And he is short. Like, he's not like super short, but like short enough, you know,
Right.
to like
Yeah.
blend in with like some kids. So I told him,
For
I was like,
sure.
you're gonna wear a mask, do whatever, and I'm gonna take you around the block and you're gonna do trick or
I
treating.
did not know he's never been trick-or-treating. That's amazing.
So I'm excited for in that moment. I'm planning to be the total mom on the side of the curb with like my
Taking
sweatshirt, taking
pictures.
picture, holding a tumbler.
Can I come with?
Yeah,
Am I
absolutely.
invited? If I'm not, I'm just going to invite myself.
I'm just gonna shout, make sure you say thank you, thank you. You know, like that's
Thank you so much.
you know,
With our alcoholic bevies.
yeah. Be like,
Just
yeah,
kidding.
my special lemonade,
Yeah.
right? You know, like things like
Put a
that.
glow stick around his neck so you
Yeah.
don't lose him.
Be totally annoying about it.
Oh my God, we should have matching shirts.
Yes.
Okay.
Be like, that's our kid.
Oh, I love
goes.
that idea.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
excited.
Do you want to know what I decided I'm going to be?
Yes, please tell us.
I'm going to be Vector from Despicable Me.
Wait, like total like Vector. Like,
Oh, I'm going to get a wig.
are you gonna get the orange?
I'm going to get the
jumpsuit?
orange tracksuit. Yes.
That's incredible.
Isn't that perfect?
I want to be Gru. But I
Okay.
could never. I don't think I could ever pull off Gru.
Why? You could be Gru. We should do it. I mean, I'm going to be Vector no matter what.
And I'll just make Elijah.
Yeah.
I'll just make him my minion. That'd be so.
I have a minion costume. Stop. I have a minion costume.
Are we plotting? First of all, Elijah, if you're listening to this,
Hey. Would you like to be a minion?
oh
my
no.
God. That's perfect.
I mean, maybe.
I
I'll
need
have
to
to
order
talk to
this
him
stuff
about
so
this.
soon. I'm so excited. I don't know
You
why.
haven't ordered it yet.
No, Jacob, this, you know me. This just popped into my brain like 2 days ago.
Sheridan, it's October now. You gotta order
Should
this
I go
now.
to Amazon as we speak?
No,
Oh.
don't ruin the podcast recording.
I will. I could do it on my phone. Isn't that?
But that's
so
a great
perfect?
idea.
Thank you.
I love Despicable Me.
I do too. And I think Vector. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I can get a fart gun or a freeze ray.
Well, yeah.
He has a piranha thing.
I was like, yeah, Vector has the piranha thing, or maybe just like he likes the cookies, the coconutties.
The coconutties.
The
Oh my god.
coconutties.
Whoa. I could get some Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Or you, me, and Elijah could be the three little girls.
Margot, Edith, and Agnes.
I'll be Agnes. You can be Margot. You can be
Agnes is
Edith.
the best one.
Agnes is. It's so fluffy. I'm gonna die.
Is that lovely? I'm gonna die.
I also thought about being Vanellope von Schweetz.
From Wreck-It Ralph.
You could be Wreck-It Ralph. He could be Fix-It Felix, and I could be Vanellope.
Oh my gosh, Elijah. as
Look at me
Fix-It
just inserting
Felix
myself into your.
Jr.. I know. I'm like, our couple's costume featuring Sheridan.
Featuring Sheridan Lero.
We cannot go without her. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Also, I'm still waiting to hear back from a freaking audition.
I am too. I auditioned for that also.
You're still waiting?
Yeah, haven't heard back.
God bless America. I asked someone the other day if they knew when I would hear about that, and they said hopefully by the end of the year. I said, baby, I've been waiting. I've been waiting a whole
You're like,
month.
we were told that we were going to be notified almost a month ago.
Yeah, I feel like I've been just waiting around, and I feel like maybe my video will never get viewed.
And that's okay, because what
It's
we're
all
going to
right.
do is we're going to keep looking for other things, and we're just
Yeah.
going to keep submitting.
I want to keep auditioning, want to keep doing stuff.
That's the life of theater people.
It is.
And guys, we might have another opportunity. I might be doing a cabaret down in San Diego in November, which would be cool. And I'm trying to see if I can get Sheridan on board for that as well.
I'd love to.
It's being coordinated by the amazing Eliza. Mm-hmm. And she is so talented and so amazing. She's like definitely like going to be like one of like the most like in demand San Diego like
For sure.
like sound and music artists. Like she already is. Like so many theaters want to work with her.
So many.
And
She's incredible.
Yeah, I've worked with her on several productions, and she's just a great friend and good person to know in the industry, honestly. Mm-hmm. So
Especially down in
SD, especially in San Diego.
San Diego. San Diego.
San Diego.
There's a show in San Diego right now at the Old Globe that I really want to see. It's called Come Fall in Love.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
When is it?
It's happening right now.
For
It's
how much
about
longer?
like an Indian girl and a white man
I love that.
falling in love, I think.
Okay.
Don't get mad at me if it's not that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
We could probably get the 30 under 30 discount there.
Because we're under 30 years old, because we are young.
I've never seen a show at the Old Globe.
I have not either.
Really?
Never been.
Let's go on a date.
I'm like, that's the thing. Like, I want to like talk about how much I'm a theater kid. Also, shout out to Colleen Betlinger wearing her theater kid
Oh
merch.
my gosh, you're going to see.
I'm going when this comes out. I'll be seeing her tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, I thought
Very
about going.
excited to her live show.
I don't know if I can go though.
No, you should go anyway.
I know. I'll tell you about it later.
It'll be fun, and that's a cool, it's a cool live theater. Anyway, as much as like I'm like preaching about being like a theater person, I feel like I have not seen or gone
Man.
to like the theater that I have readily available or like closely available, and kind of bums me out a bit.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I know I'm gonna go see Frozen in February, but that's so long.
Where was
So
my
far
invite for
away.
that?
You want to go?
Yeah,
Okay.
I also want to go see Mean Girls. That's gonna
Oh
be
my gosh,
here
Mean
too.
Girls. Yes, I want to go see Mean Girls. I want to go see Come Fall in Love. I wanted to go see the tour of the prom, and I could have gotten a $25 ticket like we did for Dear Evan Hansen,
Yeah,
but I didn't get it in time, and things were rocky, and
you did.
I wanted to go, but it was all the way in LA.
Yeah, they were doing Oklahoma there too,
Yeah,
and I
I'm
kind of
fine with not seeing.
I kind of wanted to go only because I did a production of it. It would have
Yeah,
been cool
it's
to
like
like see it, but
It's like a new reimagined version of it.
yeah,
I've heard. What else is touring right now? Cats is touring.
I'm okay with not seeing that.
Same.
Not okay. I'm sure the crew, the actors, I'm sure everyone is very talented and amazing, and they give their absolute effort, and that's
Probably
awesome.
beautiful dancers. It's
Oh,
just the
for
story
sure.
of the show is just not.
Yeah, I have no interest in this story, and I hate to say it, but like if I got them for free, why not?
Yeah.
Why not go?
I think Pretty Woman is touring right now.
Okay.
I know Dear Evan Hansen is touring, but we already saw that. Wicked's on tour, but they're not coming to California anytime soon.
That's fine, because they were here in February, January.
I don't know when it was.
They were here
but
sometime earlier this year, and I saw it, and it was great.
I did too. It was amazing. But yeah, let's start going to more theater.
We should go
Yeah.
to some theater, and we should also like not take up a whole time, but like talk about some shows. on
Yeah.
here, you know?
Oh my God, we didn't do our Broadway news.
We didn't.
I'm trying to think if there
there?
is.
I
The
don't
Into
know
the
any
Woods
Broadway.
cast album is out.
It is out now. Yes.
It is out now. So is
Listen
the
to some of
Music
it.
Man cast album, but I haven't heard about that one. There was something else that I was going to say. There's a new version of 1776 on Broadway, all female cast,
Oh, very cool.
which I think is incredible. Almost Famous, which started at the Old Globe down in San Diego, just started previews.
Oh wow.
So that's amazing.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure, and I'm forgetting. I heard some news, but a new musical being made. Was it Hocus Pocus? Is that what they're rumored to be a musical?
I think I saw that, but
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
I was scrolling through something and I was like looking up like to see if there's going to be another sequel to something, and I can't remember if it was Hocus Pocus or something else I saw, but
I mean, there's a Hocus Pocus 2
there is a Hocus
that
Pocus
just
too.
came out. But no, I think I know what you're talking about. I think it's like rumored to.
To be a musical. Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's also Weber. Andrew Lloyd Webber did this show called Cinderella. It's not Cinderella. It's called Bad Cinderella. I think it's what it's called.
Okay.
Across the pond in London. Horrible reviews. He said it was like a costly mistake. He did this whole thing, and now it's coming to Broadway, and people are like kind of mad about it.
Yeah. So, why? What? Like, if it did not so good
Right.
there,
If it
why
did
is it
poorly
coming
over
here?
there, I don't know. I
They
really
said
don't know
America
much about
can
it.
have it.
Right. I don't know much about it to speak on it. All I know is that one of the girls who was an understudy in Dear Evan Hansen is going to be playing Cinderella in it.
I mean,
Lynette.
hey, if they were to be like, we need people, shoot.
Dude,
I'll
sign
audition.
me up, bro.
Sure, why not?
There's a new show called Kimberly Akimbo coming to Broadway. I sent in a video for that. It never got seen. It's fine.
It's fine. Oh, it's not Broadway, but a show that we saw earlier this year at La Jolla Playhouse called Bangin' It
Oh my gosh.
is getting another run in Boston.
In Boston.
And what's cool is several of the original cast members that we saw are going.
We wanted to wrap it up by we did get a submission for a jingle.
We did.
We sure
And
did.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't exactly know how all of it's gonna sound or go.
Yeah. So should I just read it?
Yeah, you can read it, and then maybe we should try our absolute best
Okay.
to put it in.
Or should I
tune.
just like, okay, do you guys know Waving Through a Window? Da 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 da. That one.
Yes, from Dear Evan Hansen.
So our friend sent us some lyrics
Mm-hmm.
and said, it's to the sound of waving through a window. Should I try, or you want to try?
I'm gonna let you try. I'm
Okay.
not the singer of this duo.
Okay, so I think it goes like this. In the theater, always having fun. Now we're gonna team up and do a theater podcast run where we'll talk about some shows, harping on the past. Now listen, there's one sentence in there. Do a theater podcast run. I think it has too many syllables.
Too many syllables to use.
Too many syllables. So how would we fix that?
Let's
Because
see.
I like the rest of it.
I do too. I'm not a lyricist.
Theater, always having fun. Now we're gonna team up and have some fun.
I think so, and do a theater podcast run.
Or we could take off the team up.
Yeah.
In the theater, always having fun. Now we're doing a theater podcast run where we're talk about some shows. Harping on the past. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if you have any submissions,
We'll figure
send
it
them
out.
in and maybe we'll try some more jingles out.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what sticks. But thank you to who sent us that, because we're very thankful and we had not thought of anything yet.
Yes. And stay tuned for more episodes for this
Yeah.
month.
We can probably have another episode about a fall show.
Yeah, and
Spooky things.
we want to bring Tori in next
Oh my
week.
gosh, yeah, Tori's going to be here next time.
And I think before the month is done, because we'll probably do one more after Tori, we have to do one. It doesn't have to be our official Halloween costumes, but I think it'd be fun to dress up. I might just wear my Hogwarts stuff.
I would love that, and I'll be Vector.
So yeah, for the people who watch, you get to see us in costume.
I love that idea.
Yeah,
and then we take
fun.
cute pictures and be like, Twinning.
Come
But
watch
yeah,
our podcast.
Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe on Spotify if that's where you listen.
Subscribe on the YouTubes.
Subscribe on the YouTube. We're trying to get to 50 listeners.
50 listeners.
I haven't checked our ratings or anything. Well, no, okay. What was weird is I know that we've gotten some 5-star ratings on Apple Podcasts, but I can't see it. And I know we've gotten some reviews, but I can't see the reviews.
Really? You know,
So
'cause
we'll have to figure that out.
last time I checked, we currently have a 4.8 out of 5 stars.
Who gave us lower than a 5.
They gave us a 4 star. So I don't know. I appreciate the honesty though. Thank you guys. And we have a review on the Apple podcast page.
Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Who is it
I know
from?
exactly who it's from.
It's from my stepmom.
Oh, yes, it is.
Or is it from my dad?
It's from your stepmom. And I just got to say, I love you. And I'm so grateful and appreciative of you.
Wait, how did you see it?
I was on our page on.
I tried that
Apple
and I couldn't
Podcast.
see it.
Oh, yeah. It's on there.
You'll have to show me.
So,
Yeah, thank you so much for listening.
thank you for everything.
And we
you
can't wait
guys.
to introduce Tori to you next time.
We're so excited. Thank you guys for listening or watching to Harping on the Past.
And have a good spooky month.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Bye.